Actually, I scratched that.
The only thing I actually owe these people, right? Compared people want to try and rope me up for some sort of debt. The only thing I actually owe these people is, let me think. Oh yeah, I was homeless and they helped me into a hotel for a week until they helped me then with a rent advance, which then they could claim back off the council anyway. As a what do you call it? What's that scheme that the council have of sort of like where the landlord, where they make an agreement with the landlord, it can get it scrapped off like that, and that's how it actually happened. I don't think any money exchanged hands, um, from what I know, and it was only around £300. Wasn't a great amount. And then when I was paying the money back, the person was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." Out of my wages, they were like, "Yeah." And I did have a contract of employment that was signed by the previous director of the building. However, that contract of employment is null and void, I think. So that's the only amount of money that I owe, is around £300, and that's it. So they're talking about like money and whatever else. Fuck off. I mean, come on. Let's think about it. My life is in pretty shit condition now. I have no reason to stay in the way that my life is. That's only because you're making it like shit. Do you understand? Right? And then if I started rapping or went to a recording studio, travelled up and down the country, yeah, I'd meet some people, but also those circles will change and I'll get myself in trouble. And by the way that I am, the way that I rap, or the way that I sing, or the way that I talk, or the way that I am, people will just be like, "I'm jealous of you." It's just, and my life will just get worse. What's the point in digging myself away to hell? There isn't. I'm good where I'm at, thank you very much. Sorry, I had to test my. It feels a little bit weird. I mean, why would I? I'm not stupid. Before you know it, I have to take every single fucking drug under the sun. Tweaked out my fucking mind all over again. Back induced into a paranoid psychosis. Back into a drug psychosis. The fuck do I want to do that for? I've decided to go and get some education. And then become a veterinarian. It started off, the idea started off on becoming a dog trainer, and then I looked up dog training courses, and then there was an access course that was there, and I seen the access course rather than, because all the other dog training courses never replied to me, they just never replied. I emailed them, asked them about payment plans where they teach you all the psychology and this, that and the other, and they just didn't reply. And I was like, well, fuck it then. So I had to go look elsewhere. And to be honest with you, ever since like okay, fair enough, the sun don't always fucking shine. But ever since sort of like I've been in more blue than I have red, like more conservative than I have Labour, I'm actually I actually think a lot better. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting smarter because I know I have to be smart. And it's where I should have been placed by the courts originally all those years ago. But, you know, it's not my fault Labour made the wrong decision. All over a political power game. You know what I mean? So I'm being hated on over correct politicalness. Fucking ridiculous. I'm becoming smarter, I'm becoming more money conscious. I'm becoming more directed. I'm starting to think of other people before myself, such as, well, not other people, just other life forms, because I don't really like people, because the way that people have treated me over some nonsense and some fucking bullshit that they don't even know fuck all about, over a rumour and allegations, then what can I say? Why would they ever come back? Because they don't want it to ever come out, the fact that it was their government and their people, and it's normal to their people. And I'm starting to think of other people, so therefore other people are starting to become my motivation. Like my second cousin died of a drug overdose, or because of the cold of the winter, or he was murdered by one of his own friends. It's hard to tell these days. Or set up by one of his own friends. Like, they know what was happening, and they could have offered him a place to get his head down, but they didn't. Which is basically going to the homeless shelter where he used to go to get his dinner and his breakfast. Fair enough, it was on Mamba, but... And then take him and take his name and call it the Darren Hurst Project, and give homeless people and people that are trying to get out an opportunity. Now, we all know maths and English is for free, level 1, level 2. Now, given that time for you to be able to fully learn and absorb the information given, you cannot be on drugs. Tie that in with a drug recovery system that they're already on, and then show them it's okay to go away from your old friends and distance yourself from the type of idiots that just want to sit there and talk shit about other people while life passes them by. Then what can I say? And I was going to call it the Darren Hurst Project. But then again, it comes down to money, time. Well, not really money, because these courses are free. You just need a group session. And it's got to be people that are genuinely fed up of being homeless and ousted by the local councils and stuff like that. Because once people see that you're trying to move forward with your life, they'll try and hold you back, but they can't hold you back for long. Because you'll get smarter. Like, if you can't read, learn to fucking read. Don't be afraid to try and learn. You know what I mean? You can't do maths, I can't do maths. Go fucking learn maths. Make yourself useful to somebody. Because eventually the door will open. That's all I did. I just got my head down, learnt some shit, did some English, did some maths, knocked on a few doors, went and seen a few faces. And before you know it, I was some fucking pigeon floating through the air that people should follow and look up to. Talking shit if you ask me, but what can I say? I don't really care too much about these crackheads and that. Because I sit there and I think, well, all these crackheads that are doing evil in the world should just get given a batch of drugs and just let them OD and die. Those ones that don't want to turn their life around. And you ever seen Layer Cake? And the guy wants to be a gangster. He ends up in the freezer. He said that's what you get for wanting to be a gangster. In the UK anyway, it's our culture, the UK culture. I really should be concentrating on driving the car right now, but I'm not. But I'm 8 months into recovery of my relapse. I'm still hot-headed, I'm still angry. I'm still as pissed off as I was on day one. The only difference is, this time I'm not venting it off on air or drugs. It's actually coming out my mouth in front of people. Which is actually doing quite well for my confidence, to be fair, because the more I talk about this stuff, the more self-assured I'm becoming in my own decisions and my own ability and stuff like that. So I'm not really too fussed. Woo! But yeah. When you're smarter than somebody else, or you always make a plan ahead of somebody else, you want to insight and have a look at what you're doing, because they have no ideas of their own. They are pathetic, weak, scum pond of the earth. I had a phone call today that said, watch who you're talking. I don't give a fuck who I'm talking to. If you can't take it, don't dish it. Yeah, alright, mate. Oh, I'm talking to it. Give me that 9mm, let's go. Fuck them all. What do you mean? Fuck you, man. You must be some backing down kind of fucking crackhead, mate. Yeah, I'll watch what? Watch it. Why? Is it on telly? Let's watch it then. There you go. People aren't nothing because they are only what other people make them. Not Charles Bronson. Apparently the hardest man in the fucking penitentiary system. The most craziest person. That's because we labelled him that. Not because he actually is. Anyone ever thought he's misunderstood? You know what I mean? Like, you all made him so fucking famous and made him such a celebrity in prison that when he came out, he was just a normal person. And his reputation didn't precede him. Or precede him, whatever the word is. So he went back in. Because in the normal world, we're all nobodies. Except for what people make us. I don't care what you say. I like racing. I like racing drivers, right? But they are only what the people made them. The accolades that people gave them is what makes them. So if I became a rapper, I'd never believe I was the greatest of all time, even if I felt like I was. But I'd never believe it because I know it's what other people say. It's not the truth. know what I mean? It's all down to the mentality of a person. A wise man knows the difference between what he's made himself into and what somebody else has made him into. A wise man knows the difference. I ain't even driving the car properly, man. I'm just driving for the sake of driving. But do not do your head in. When I say do your head in, I mean does your freaking head in. Because I know it's perfectly legal and they know it's perfectly legal for me to kill an intruder that steps into my house. Doesn't matter whether it's a lawful weapon or unlawful weapon, firearm, pistol, shotgun, whatever. You probably look at a charge, but did you have to use it or discharge it? Yes, you did. Why? I'm not telling you why, but you know the reason why if you have a brain on your shoulders. And it's a full defense because it is self-defense. Which is probably the only reason why these cowards and these faggots do it behind my back. And it don't take anything for somebody to go, do you know what? You're not the greatest of all time anymore. It's nothing. The only thing that actually matters, and when I say the only thing that actually matters, is your family, your house, your home, where you're going personally. The job that you do don't really matter. People that you work for 9 times out of 10, they might have given you everything you ever wanted, but what did you have to pay for, and how did you have to pay, and what did you sacrifice to get everything you ever wanted? Privacy, family, marriage. What did you get in return? Money, nice big house, nice mansion, alienation, haters, critics. Is it worth all the bullshit? I mean, if someone can prove to me that it's worth the bullshit, I'll go, but I don't think it is. I don't believe that it's worth the bullshit. I really don't. Prison time, fucking in and out of courts, being sued, pressure, people wanting their fucking, when they've hit you with the fucking money and stuff like that for whatever it is that you do. Nah. You have to ask yourself, is it really worth trying to chase that dream? Even though you believe that you can make it in your dream, but can you choose your own path, which I believe that you can. I mean, everybody just wants to be somebody, don't they? because they have low self-esteem and feel like they're nobody. I tell you, it's better to be nobody. Because while you're out there smiling, laughing it up, looks good when you're a somebody because everybody sees a somebody and sees everybody looking up to a somebody. But behind closed doors, that somebody is really a nobody in their own circle. Think about it. If you take a somebody and then put them in a room full of somebodies, they are nobody. If you take somebody and put them in a room full of nobodies, they are somebody. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like if you take a soldier out of the army and put him on Civvy Street, he's somebody. You take a soldier and then put him back in the army, he's nobody. You know what I mean? He's nobody. What you think you are is what other people give you on your reputation. So your reputation that you have is only what other people have given you, not what you've given yourself. Just bear that in mind. Anyway, it's enough venting, enough ranting. I need to get onto my probation officer and make this meeting happen. Drop all the evidence in front of him, in front of every single one of them, and then say what you're going to do about it. Try and document the recording somehow, some way, and share it with you to find out what's going on, because it's just fucking ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous and stupid. Anyway, see you later. Also, on the flip side, people are like, do you have any idea what we went through for you? It's like, you didn't go through anything for me. You went through it for yourselves because you thought you was going to gain something. Do you know what I mean? They thought they was going to gain something. Nobody does anything without personal gain. Out of the kindness of their heart. And they all wanted something. You should never have dug me up. Should have just left me alone because it's only going to get worse. Anyway, I'm going. I'll speak to you in a bit.